live in the dungeon. This is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Strawn.
Pooka.
A struggling actor takes on a holiday seasonal job as a mascot for the year's hottest toy. Pooka. However, after putting the costume on, he develops two personalities, one for himself and one for Pooka.
Is that really the proper description? Because is that really what happened?
No, that is not at all what was going on.
So
what was we were doing time shifting?
Look at all the pretty lights.
Look at all the pretty lights.
Look at all the pretty lights. Look at all the pretty lights. Anyway, that was interesting.
There was, I gotta tell you, I almost had trouble writing notes.
I did too.
On this, because there was something you really had to pay attention. Because
I caught myself having to rewind because I missed something.
Right, because I missed things, and I kept thinking, I'm not getting this, Yeah. In fact, as it was going along, I was thinking I wasn't getting this. And the weird thing about it is... But at the same time,
I thought I wasn't getting it like you were, but I predicted everything that happens.
Right. Yeah, well, and that's the weird thing about it.
It was predictable.
It was going along on a particular track that you knew that was going to go, but not the way that they tied it up in the end, because all of a sudden everything makes sense, and it reminded me.
Well, the way it ended up was kind of what I thought at the beginning, or like halfway through. I was thinking,
yeah. Well, I know we were heading towards something like that, because what it began to remind me of is Twilight Zone. It had a Rod Serling edge to it, for sure. I mean, just the filming of it. How he would leave certain things just hanging and not try to explain them until like 3 or 4 shots later, it would come back around into the circle. I don't want to give anything away. I actually enjoyed the film.
I liked it, but I think it was probably my least favorite of the 3.
Oh, really?
Well, actually, maybe I liked it better than the first one.
I liked it better than the first one.
But I like the last one better. The Thanksgiving one better.
The Thanksgiving one was amazing.
I would have liked this more if it was a straight-up slasher movie, actually.
Yeah.
With maybe some psychological thriller action going on.
I love the fact that there was that element of
again, this really wasn't a horror movie, was it? Because it's like I don't think flesh and blood was either.
I have to tell you something funny that happened during it, though.
What was that?
While I was watching this, at the very beginning, I happened to notice the name Gerald Olsen in it. Mm-hmm. Gerald Olsen, right there. He's the writer and he's the producer. Now, here's the funny thing about it is Gerald Olsen also is a friend of mine. Not that one. But I thought that it was talking about my old friend, right? And so I called him up. I started to text him going, hey, I really like that film that you've been working on, right? And he goes, what are you talking about? And I said, and it went back and forth, and I have a long trail of texts of him not understanding me and me obviously not understanding that there was another Gerald Olsen, and I was like, holy crap!
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So
I do have to say though, if you start wearing your mascot outfit outside of work, you have a problem.
Outside of work, you do have a problem.
If your suit takes over your body, you have a problem.
It's not you, it's me.
This had a little bit of Nightmare on Elm Street a little bit, because people are in their dream. I was thinking he was dreaming some of this stuff.
The dreams are bringing you in and out. And, it's funny though. It wasn't completely dream, because here's the thing. I kept thinking about that, and then thinking about, well, wait a minute, because the rules aren't right. The rules weren't in place. Yeah. The rules with his neighbor, and we know what. That kind of stuff.
I like the apology. That was my favorite little tidbit there. The box.
The box. Yeah. Right.
So my favorite line out of the whole movie was which is kind of the whole thing's sexual. Actually, even the response was sexual.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to be inside it, and the response was, "Get a grip."
Get a grip.
And you can take it both.
Yeah, you can take it both. And by the way, he did at one point take it that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some.
Some
scenes where it's a little sexy time.
Yeah, a little sexy time. Yeah.
Actually, I wrote down that I thought when I watched it, I felt like this was the worst of the three.
Yeah.
But I think now that I'm thinking about it, the Halloween one was pretty lame compared to this one, where he's dragging the body back around for all day.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That one was terrible to me. I mean, really, and I think I said so at the time. I felt like I didn't get behind it. Yeah.
This was boring to me because I didn't feel like anything special happened. Like, it just kind of, I don't know. I wasn't really shocked by anything in this movie.
No, I wasn't shocked by anything. I was, I mean, the way that it was tied up was a little bit sadder than I would, go for.
Yeah, it went dark really fast.
It went super dark.
Do you think there was too much comedy in this? Because it's like sometimes I don't think there was a right balance here because I thought it was too much comedy.
Yeah, I
think for me, I tend to go dark anyway. I'd prefer the movie to go completely dark with no comedy.
Right. Well,
but I'm weird like that because I'd rather be like totally freaked out by this thing and like with no comedy in there.
Thing is the only thing that I liked about it, and this is really true. The one thing that I really liked, because I mean, he wasn't very likable, and nobody was very likable in this. You suck. Even the kid wasn't all that likable, and
the sales guy was annoying.
Yeah, and the sales guy was annoying.
Yeah,
but the thing about it is there was something, that familiar tug of it being written and structured very much like Rod Serling's Twilight Zone, in the way that he wrote in his episodes.
Yeah.
Just kind of rung my bell. I mean, I like that element of it. And the funny thing is that element of it is really hard to put your finger on. It just made me feel like watching the most odd Twilight Zones,
Well, so you need the narration, then you need like the, in a world where.
Yeah.
Or not,
if you did, it would have been a Twilight Zone.
A father.
No, absolutely.
I don't know how I can't do his voice. I thought it was marginal. That's my take on it.
Yeah. No, I'm right there.
But I did kind of like certain elements, and I wanted it to be scarier, I guess, because I like I like the Child's Play movies with the doll Chucky.
Yeah, right.
I don't like all of them because there was one that was terrible recently that it was awful. The one where they're in the insane asylum. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, it was a recent one that sucks. But no, the first one was great. Bride of Chucky was great. So there's at least 2 or 3 Chucky movies that are great. And that's one reason why I like this movie, because it has that kind of element of inanimate object, like a doll.
Oh, right,
doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I kind of like the creature himself.
I did like some of the randomness. Like, you didn't know if he was going to be good or bad, and it flipped. Like sometimes,
right? And all of a sudden,
that was really strange.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 2.7.
Wow.
Is that higher than you would?
I'm like slightly below 2.5. But a 2.3.
You're in the you didn't like it area.
I'm in the leaning that direction area.
Well, there you go.
So I'm waiting for one of these to blow my mind. These Into the Dark.
Yeah, not so far. Yeah, I did like the
these should be 30-minute episodes, really. I think. I mean,
yeah, are they an hour long? Yeah, I remember that, thinking to myself,
hour and 23.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was like it's basically feature length.
That's a long time. Honestly, I think everything should be an hour 10 at the most. That's an hour 10. The old that was the old horror film length. The back in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, this had a lot of shots with him trying to figure stuff out, or
and being horribly depressed. As
you might
all Christmas based shows should be, horror movies should be very dark.
Yeah.
You know.
Except for Jack Frost, which we totally should review sometime. The one, not the Jack Frost with Michael Keaton.
No, not that one.
The horror movie Jack Frost.
Oh, well.
That one is great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's right up there with Saturn
Krampus.
3. Actually, Jack Frost, I enjoy Jack Frost more than Krampus, for sure.
Really? Well, we'll just
Chunky Larry.
We're just going to have to see it. Okay, that's all I have to say about this one. And I don't have anything to add, you know.
We've been like this with all of these Into the Dark ones. We've been kind
very
of like,
short. Yeah, you know.
Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of reminds me of an extension of the Stephen King-ish.
Yeah. My only complaint with Blumhouse or Blumhouse, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, Blumhouse.
He
TV.
never seems, or the company never seems to take any chances.
Well, it's not what they're about.
And you told me about this.
I told you how they
try
work.
to fit in budgets.
Right.
But you can still take chances with, I mean, you did when you were on tight budgets back in the day. You took chances, I bet.
Oh,
I'm just saying it creatively. Make it more interesting.
Yes, no doubt
if nothing
about
else, make the set really interesting.
Yeah, no.
This was boring, I thought.
I agree with you.
Anyway.
They're very much that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough
of this crap.
I'm done venting.
Enough of this crap. Bye.
Look at all the pretty light. Look at all the pretty light. Look at all the pretty light. Look at all the pretty light.
Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.